I am TS Rozainah Ibrahim. Everyone can call me Kak Dina. Alright, so first of all, Kak Dina nak ucapkan tahniah dan terima kasih banyak-banyak pada Ansara Kota Bharu sebab berjaya organize this kind of event, virtual career talk. And of course, Kak Dina tak nak lepaskan peluang untuk join sama-sama support Ansara Kota Bharu Career Talk. Okay, so I am also from Ansara but not Kota Bharu or PC. I am your neighbor. I am from Ansara Kuala Krai. Alright. Okay, so Kak Dina nak start share pasal my career path or my career journey because this is about career talk kan. Now, I am working as a head of department for business development and corporate in a government-owned company, CIDB IBS Sdn Bhd. Alright, so we do a rewind a little bit. My education background is civil engineering. So, I continue my study after MRSM in engineering field. So, how engineering education background person like me now become a head of department for business development and corporate. Macam tak kena kan? So this is how it starts. During my age like you, masa ID Form 4, masa ID Form 5, Kak Dina memang suka dah start build my patience, my interest in technical. So kalau kita compare right, Kak Dina Kelantan. Okay, kalau kita compare, kita dulu ke masa kita belajar, masa zaman-zaman adik belajar, you minat subjek apa? Biology, maths, fizik. Kak Dina masa tu pun Kak Dina dah start nampak dah. Oh, Kak Dina suka sangat subjek fizik dengan maths. I lebih suka subjek gitu, subjek kira-kira compare dengan subjek bio, kimia. Yeah, masa Kak Dina sama-sama bayar awak lah, masa muda-muda dulu. Okay, so during that time, I already start explore my interest. So I already start study. Okay, I know that I'm starting, I have more interest in physics, in mathematics, and I think when I want to work, what field that's suitable with my passion and my interest. So that's why after I finished my Form 5, after SPM, I already decide I want to continue my study in engineering. So that's why I pursue my study in civil engineering to be more specific. You can choose your options to further your study in mechanical, in electrical, not only civil engineering, because engineering itself is very wide, it's very broad. So you have to know which type of engineering that your passion is more. I enroll to the universities that specific and specialist in engineering. During that time, UMP, University Malaysia Pahang, offer that course. So I continue my study and got my bachelor from University Malaysia Pahang in civil engineering. And Alhamdulillah, after my study, I start my career as an engineer, to be specific as a structural design engineer. Wow, it's like my ambition come true. So yeah, if you remember kan, Kak Dina suka dengan subjek-subjek fizik and then nak jadi engineer one fine day. So Alhamdulillah bolehlah jadi engineer. Alright, so but it took me about 3 years. And then I start to realize when I continue my job as an engineer, and then I start to realize, oh, sebenarnya passion Kak Dina ni, yes, I really like in the technical field. Tapi I ni tak adalah minat sangat jadi engineer rupanya. And then I realize after 3 years, I tak usah lah jadi engineer semua hidup. Sebab when you start explore in the career field, dunia ni is much wider and much bigger than what you think back when we are in school. It's not that when you are you have your passions in engineering, so your career is only engineer. No. Macam Kak Dina, and then I realised that, oh, I start to tengok my boss, my supervisor, my superior, they claim themselves as a manager, as people who manage the organizations. So I start to think that, why not I not expand my career to become a manager. The decisions, after 3 years, become an engineer. I find a new job, a new career to become a manager, which is still in the construction field. Tak lari because my basis in civil engineering, so I want to utilize my basis. I apply a position as a manager in a government agency, which is CIDB. CIDB stands for Construction Industry Development Board in Malaysia. So, Alhamdulillah, I got accepted dan I start bekerja sebagai manager di CIDB Malaysia. But still in the construction industry field. So, when you are start working with government agency, so you punya view become more bigger, more wider, because in a government agency, our roles is to give an advice to the government. What is the best policy? What is the best technology to be adopted by our country, by the industry players, by the engineers like me previously. So that's the role of CIDB. Not all. I just can tell you a little bit about the role of CIDB, because if I want to share about you what CIDB does, we need a separate session there. So working in a government agency, it gives you a lot of experience because you can deal with the private sector, you can deal with the government sector. So it gave you a very I think almost every day is a new experience, is a new things. So it's very interesting because your role is to advise Kerajaan Malaysia. My career start to grow, and Alhamdulillah today I become the head of department. Now I'm working under subsidiary of CIDB Malaysia, CIDB IBS. So it's like a specialist in new technology industrialized building system, IBS. So I can call myself an expert in IBS. So that's why I got my title as a professional technologist, because IBS is a new technology in the construction industry. If you're aware about the IR 4.0, so IBS is one of the element and component towards that. So what Kak Dina want to share with you adik-adik, that di luar sana, when you are study, contohlah masa Kak Dina zaman sebaya-sebaya awak pun, Kak Dina pun mikir, kenapa nak jadi engineer je kok? Di luar ni, kenapa je cita-cita hijau ada? Engineer, doktor, lawyer, tak apa, cikgu, tak apa, benda-benda kita tahu ada dalam buku. Tapi, in reality, there's a lot of options for career outside. So that's why you need to explore, you need to dig, you need to study, do some desktop study. Use your internet wisely. Nowadays, it's more easier for you to find out about the options of the career yang you rasa that you are interested in. So you know that you have your interest in a medic career path. So study about not only become a doctor. Maybe you can become the person who innovate, or the person who develop a technology for the doctor to use, a new utensil for operations, for example. So maknanya there's a lots of options for career, but you have start to dig what is your passions, what is your interest. And if you want to be a doctor, university yang you nak ambil pun towards that. And if you want to be an engineer or you want to be in the technical world, you have to choose your university after your SPM towards that kind of university. So that is very important for you to choose your career. Don't stop explore yourself like me. Masa I belajar, Kak Dina ingat, oh Kak Dina nak jadi engineer lah. Bila dah jadi engineer ni macam, oh cita-cita dah tercapai, cukup lah. No. Every day is like a new day for you to keep looking, to keep study, to keep exploring. So that's no wrong in exploring new things. So for me, walaupun I dah capai apa yang I nak sebelum ni, I nak jadi engineer, tapi I start to feel new passion, new interest to become manager, to manage the engineer. So it's okay. Still, I masih lagi buat in construction. I still in the circle of construction industry. So my education background masih diguna pakai dalam kerja sekarang. Cuma scope of work dalam bidang yang kita dah ambil sekarang ni will be different. For engineer, you will like provide a technical solution for the problem. You find a solution for the problem. And for the manager, you manage these people like engineer, the expert things in providing this. So manager yang manage this group of people. Untuk adik-adik, Kak Dina nak nasihat, you have to start digging now. You have to start explore. Jangan fikir macam tak apalah, jangan ikut kawan-kawan. Kawan nak jadi doktor, okay I want to be a doctor. Saya ni nak jadi cikgu, okay tak apalah jadi cikgu lah. So please start looking your interest, because the fact you will be spending half of your life to your work. So that's why it is very important for you to work based on your interest, based on your passions. And kerja is also one of the ibadah. Kita as a human being, as a hamba Allah, kita kena laksanakan ibadah kita dengan sepenuh hati. So that's why it is very important for us to start identify what is our interest. Untuk you study your career path, kat mana sebenarnya yang you nak. Alright, so Kak Dina nak end my sessions dengan ucapan terima kasih and good luck to adik-adik yang tengah berfikir about the career, tengah berfikir apa nak jadi. So guna peluang yang ada ni, start asking your circle, asking your teacher, your counselor, tanya senior-senior macam kami semua di Ansara Malaysia. Start explore, find your interest, your passions towards what area. Medical world, or legal world, or engineering world. And guna peluang ni, yang ada peluang bersama dengan kakak-kakak senior or abang-abang senior from Ansara, not only Ansara Kota Bharu or PC, you can always ask your circle macam Kak Dina from Ansara Krai. You can also ask me, and you can ask anyone. And guna internet yang zaman sekarang sangat mudah, dah ada internet. You can Google about the career, about the options of job opportunity di luar sana, and also about your study pathway. You nak study dekat university yang macam mana, and because it will start leading your career path. Ucapan terima kasih again to Ansara Kota Bharu, and a big congratulations to all Ansara Kota Bharu team for organizing this, and a very good luck to my sisters, to my brothers, not only from Ansara PC or KB, and for all Ansara, dan kalau ada from Ansara Krai as well. So good luck. Jangan mudah putus asa, because saat anda gagal adalah apabila anda gagal untuk bangun ketika mana anda gagal. Alright, so itu saja. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.